Shnooska. I'm coming here today with some really important chemotherapy tips. I am going into my chemotherapy tomorrow. These are tips for Taxol. So definitely find out before you do these tips if this is good for you. So I'm doing Taxol tomorrow. So these are the tips I'm going to use. Really important. This is a DIY way of hopefully saving your hair and keeping your hands and feet from getting neuropathy. So if you know about cold caps, which are freezing caps that people put on their heads that, you know, companies make, they're very expensive. They're like $3,000. So I looked into it and I was like, okay, never mind. I can never afford $3,000 for that. So I just dismissed it. But the other day I was looking on a video, I was looking at videos and I found a woman named Tracey Anderson, and she had a DIY way of doing it, and so she saved her hair. So I'm going to link her video below, but this is going to be her tips. Before I start, I want to show you guys my jewelry because my sister is a jewelry designer and I like to promote her. Double Happiness Jewelry, I will link her below. Okay, so first thing you need to do is to buy a cooler. So I got this one on Amazon. It was about $25. So it's a 60, like whatever, 60 quart or 60 gallon, or I don't know. And it's rolling, which is really important because you don't want to lug heavy stuff. So that's the first thing you need to do for this. Okay, the second thing you need to do is to go back on Amazon again, and you need to buy, this is called a gel cap. I'll take it out. I've been freezing this for like a week. I got 6 of these, and they go like this. They look like this, and they cover your head completely. I don't remember the cost, but I'll link them below, but it was certainly not $3,000, I'll tell you that. So like $30, and I got 6 of them. So it's a little bit of an investment, but I mean, it's worth it for your hair to stay forever. So I got 6 of these because my infusion is, it's actually, I have a 5-hour infusion tomorrow. Like I have a very long one. So you have to rotate them out about every half an hour. And then when you rotate them out, you put them back in the ice. And the most important thing about this whole thing is you need to get ice, dry ice. The day before, the night before your infusion, which is tonight, you really need to get that or else it won't work, because dry ice keeps these gel caps at the cold that you need to keep your hair from falling out. Because what it does is it freezes these hair follicles, and they don't divide or whatever they do. So I have 6 of those. Another thing you need to get, that's for the head, and I'll explain everything. For the hands, you also need to get 2 things. One is, I went on Amazon and I bought like 2 or 3 of these. I actually bought one. If you look up close, it's really bright, but this is a cold sock. I'll take it out. I've been freezing it the whole time too, for days, but you take it out. They look like this. They're $25 on Amazon, and they come with inserts. As you can see, these are inserts, and I've got, let's see, it's really the lighting. I have that. Okay, so you can see they have inserts. I also bought extra inserts on the top and bottom. They look like this. They're frozen. Help. Okay. Hi, I'm a klutz. So these are frozen, and they go in your feet thing. I used these last time, not the head thing, but I used these, and I did not get any neuropathy, just to let you know. They hurt my feet for a little bit because they were so cold, like, but then it was like, okay. So these are inserts. I have altogether 3, so I rotate them out. So you need that, okay? So that's about like a $45 investment, but it is, once bought, you always got it. So next, what I did, I went on Amazon and I looked for these, they're called cold mittens, but they're $35 each, and I'm not willing, and I need at least 4. So I'm not willing to spend like $100 on that. So what I did, and my doctors recommended this, and you can actually do this with your feet too, but I just got the thing. I went to my grocery store and I bought frozen vegetables, stuff I like to eat. So this is cauliflower from Trader Joe's. This is, you get the point. Edamame, corn, just food I'm gonna eat anyways. So I went to the store and I keep them frozen because you gotta have everything frozen, your whole chemo. You've gotta be frozen hands, frozen feet, and frozen head. I'm gonna need it for 5 hours plus a half an hour before chemo and a half an hour after chemo. You gotta keep it on. So the way I do the frozen corn, because I'm not about to spend that money, is I use my hats, because God knows I have enough of them. So I take a hat like this, and I only need my palm. I thought I needed both sides, but it's only the palm. So what I do is I put my hand in my hat, okay? And I put my frozen vegetable in my hat, and I put my hand in it like that. I take an old hair tie, and I put, this is freezing my hand up as we speak. I'm just sticking it around my hands like that. And that's kind of it. And it stays. There you go. This is what I use in lieu of a $35 mitten, and it works fine. So altogether, these things I already had. So altogether, it's just the price of the vegetables. And then you eat the vegetables later. You bring it in the cooler, you rotate them out. Like I said before, you start a half an hour before chemo, you just keep it on a half an hour after, and you're good. Now, let me go into detail about the hats because they're special. So what you do, I have my dry ice here. I got 2 bags of it, 2 huge bags. Rather, 6 bags, what am I saying? 6 bags of dry ice. Altogether it was about 60 bucks. It was kind of expensive, but that's what you should be expecting to pay. So what you do is a few things. The night before, you've got to do some prep the day of as well. Night before, you get this because you can't handle dry ice on your own without it. And I am going to put a couple bags of dry ice in my cooler night before. I'm putting about 3 in my bag. So here's another one. Okay. And here is another one. So there's 3 of them. So the bottom of the cooler is lined everywhere now with my dry ice. So then, I'm not going to do every single one with you because that would be quite dull, but let me explain what I'm going to do. Then, you take your first hat, your gel cap, and you pull it out, and you put it in the cooler the night before, but before you put it in, you fill it up, each one, with some dry ice. Ouch, I just touched it. Stupid! Don't do that, too cold. That hurt like a bitch. Okay, don't touch it. I'm gonna learn from my mistakes. That's what I did. That hurt. Okay, so you put it in this. And you do it inside of it because the other girl who did it said the hats keep their form that way. It still hurts. The hats keep their form that way, so you just kind of like pop it inside. So it ends up looking like this. You just put it in, and you put it in your cooler. And you do as many as you need. I'm doing 6 the night before. And that keeps it ice cold. As ice cold as you need it to be. And then, when you're done with all that, I'm actually going to probably put like normal ice on top of it all. And I'm gonna stick this stuff on normal ice because I don't want this to get as cold as dry ice as needed. So when it's all done and all of these hats are in there, all of these are gonna go on regular ice on top of all of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then another thing tomorrow is to, what she said is that she needs to, what she does is that she greases her head up with coconut oil before the chemo. So she just greased it up. So that's another thing you're gonna need is coconut oil. I'm gonna list below everything you need, but that's what she does. So I'm gonna be in chemo tomorrow. I'll film tomorrow. I just wanted to give you guys these tips that I took, and I just think they're super important. And yeah, so that's it. So stay healthy, stay happy, and I love you all. Peace.